if you work in the web industry as a web professional, whether it's a web developer or digital strategist as me, well, we work with the web and we work with browsers mostly. So if you remember back in the times of, let's not talk about Internet Explorer, but let's talk about web standards. So when you build a nice looking web application or websites, do we cover all browsers? How much coverage do we have? In this video, I'd like to talk about baseline or the web platform baseline concept and give you an overview what it is and also who's behind it and how you can look what web platform features are available in what browsers. So let's first talk about the concept of the web platform baseline. So baseline gives you a clear information about which web platform features work across browsers. But first, what is baseline? Baseline gives you clear information about which web platform features work across our core browser set today. When reading an article or choosing a library for your project, if the features used are all part of the baseline, you can trust the level of browser compatibility. By aligning with baseline, there should be fewer surprises when testing your site. So all the major browser creators come together and basically talk about the baseline. So what are the features that we support already and which are experimental or which are actually widely adopted. I think one important thing about baseline is the core browser, the core browsers, and these are these four. So it's Apple Safari, Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, and Mozilla Firefox. Well, there are other browsers out there, but if you take these four browsers, they cover, 98%, 99%, depending on the market of the browser use. So you can be pretty sure if these browsers say it's baseline, then you can use the feature. There are actually different baselines. One is called newly available. The feature works across the latest devices and browser version. The feature might not work in older devices or browsers, indicated with a blue icon. Then there is a second status called widely available. The feature is well established and works across many devices and browser versions. It's been available across browsers for at least 2.5 years, 30 months, indicated with a green icon. Yes, there are always users with a very outdated device, with outdated, insecure browsers. This is a very small fraction of users. We have to focus on the main big mainstream browsers, but there is still a difference between newly available features and also widely available features. So I like this 2.5 years as a timeline. I think this is a good timeline to kind of have enough time for the people to adopt the new browsers and also, basically to say it's widely available. So I want to show two websites where you can check features of the web platform to see if they're available. I think the first one, most of the people know it already, and it's called caniuse.com. So here is you can search for the feature, the browser feature basically, and see what browsers support what. And for a long time, the CSS grid here, and it seems to be still one of the most searched features, was not supported by even by modern browsers. But you see here, as of today, basically all browsers support it except Opera Mini, and maybe there is a good release. And the reason is it's no longer updated anymore. So last release was 2015. And here again, you see the baseline, widely available across major browser. It's a green check mark. So yes, CSS grid is now broadly available, and we can use it fully in production, and we can expect it to work. Let's see about WebP, the new image format. Also, this one is now baseline green. Let's check about JPEG XL. It's one of the new JPEG formats, and now you see it's not green, it's limited availability across major browsers. Yes, there are some that already support it. It seems that Safari is here on the forefront on that, but not even Edge, Chrome or Edge are supporting even in upcoming versions yet. So we use it as in our agency. We use the baseline as a common denominator to agree on features, what we support and what we don't support. And yes, we use the latest features with baseline widely available, and we just accept that users have the browser needed to support that. And if you don't have the browser or not the modern device, you either have to update your browser, or maybe if you have still an old outdated computer, there is maybe a reason for that, because you use old hardware, but then you also have to be sure that you may not can access most websites anymore. So can I use very practical tool? So you can just search for the feature, check the baseline, and you have even a broader overview of all the browsers. Then another one, maybe a little bit less known, is web.dev, which is kind of the web developer space from Google. So they kind of publish information for web developers on web.dev. And they recently launched a new feature comparison site, very similar to the Can I Use. And also here you have the same concept. So here I can also, for example, search for WebGL. Let's look that up, WebGL. WebGL2, and then you see availability. It's green, that's nice. Let's also search for JPEG XL, and then you see the same information with the baseline information and the browsers that already support that. What's also interesting here is just the development. So all these features are under development, also the new ones. So the web platform as a whole is still evolving, and it's evolving fast. So there is new web platform APIs coming up every month, literally. And you can follow along this development by go into the blog of WebDev. This is actually my resource mostly for web standards. And you see they publish new stuff every day or weekly. For example, the new popover API is now baseline, newly available. So the popover API, which allows you to create pop-ups or pop-overs without JavaScript. So just by using CSS stuff. And so that's very nice. And now they just tagged it as newly available. So it's not yet widely available, but already newly available. So it means all the major browser platforms support it, but we still have to wait a little bit until all the users have upgraded to the latest browsers. So we can say it's widely available. Yeah, so this was a short video about baseline and the concept of the web platform baseline. I hope you liked it. If you like it, consider subscribing this channel. And until then, see you in the next one.